5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denault.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. When President Trump announced plans to create a new military service for space in 2018, it may have took many by surprise. But the idea of creating a Space Force has been simmering behind the scenes for decades. And I'll have more on Space Force, not a new idea, next, as America and the world is listening to About Space today. Ever dream of an island getaway at an all-inclusive resort? Or going on an island-hopping cruise to multiple island destinations? See sun-bleached beaches and swim in the azure waters of the Caribbean Sea. Call today for your special discount prices to your island getaway. This is a special offer for About Space by calling 877-747-8631. And let's go and explore the islands of the Caribbean. Welcome back. The Center for Strategic and International Studies has put together some very interesting facts.
We may even have a Space Force developed.
When President Trump first mentioned the idea of creating a Space Force in March 2018, it caught many by surprise.
You know, I was saying it the other day because we're doing a tremendous amount of work in space. I said, maybe we need a new force. We'll call it the Space Force. And I was not really serious. And then I said, what a great idea. Maybe we'll have to do that.
The idea of warfare in space dates back to the beginning of the space age. After the launch of Sputnik in 1957, American and Soviet engineers went to work developing weapons that could defeat satellites. The first anti-satellite test was conducted in 1959. An American B-47 bomber launched a bold Orion missile at a defunct U.S. satellite. In the quest for military superiority, the United States became a leader in space technology. The way the military used space began to change.
Through Space Forces, that helps us command and control our conventional forces around the world. It provides our conventional forces intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities. And furthermore, it allows us to place precision-guided munitions on potential targets. I would argue it is essential. And that's one of the reasons why Russia and China are developing a full range of anti-satellite systems. They understand how dependent our conventional forces are on outer space-derived data, and they are developing capabilities to deny us access to that information.
Nations like China started launching ASAT missiles that could destroy virtually any satellite above our heads, and we just sat on our hands.
I would say we have basic problems today. One is a warfighting readiness problem. And I believe that is the major problem that we have. We are not ready to fight a conflict that either begins in or extends into space.
The Space Corps proposal ultimately did not pass the Senate in 2017, but the idea got a second chance in 2018 from an unexpected supporter.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces.
While the concept of a Space Force may not have been a new idea, it became a top priority for the Trump administration and some members of Congress. And this Friday, join Don Meyer for another America in Space program, and have your family and friends join us each week. Follow us on Facebook at aboutspace.today for launches and landings. And join me and Don Meyer for a pre-launch report on Axiom, the first private crew to visit the ISS next Tuesday. And to all our listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., a happy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for joining me. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.